Hey everybody. Yeah, Jessica put a video blog up today, and I had to respond to it. I couldn't resist. I'm the guy that she was talking about in the video. I'm Rob. And there's two things I want to respond to. One was the phone call. She told you about how I ruined it for her when she called, the day that she found out that she was pregnant. And I knew. I just knew there was a gut feeling. And it wasn't, how you have that feeling and this thought comes across your head and in your mind, and you're thinking, yeah, that's the only thing that she could be calling me about. But it wasn't like the heaviness or the reality of it didn't really sit in. It's just a thought, and you're just kind of like, oh, whatever. And so, she's like, hey, I need to talk to you. I was like, what, are you pregnant? And she's like, you just ruined it. How did you know? And then it still didn't sink in until about 5 minutes later, and I'm like, whoa. My brother was right there. I got off the phone with her, and actually, before I got on the phone with her, and she spilled the beans and told me she was pregnant. I was like, man, she's acting weird. I was like, I don't know, she doesn't really act this way, and I think she's pregnant. And my brother's like, she better not be. And I'm like, I think she is, man. But then after I got off the phone with Jess, we found out that she was pregnant. I told my brother Shane, and he was like, it's like, oh wow, man, that's so awesome. That's so awesome. I mean, he wasn't upset or anything like that. He was like 2,000% behind me. He's like, man, I want to be there at the doctor's appointments with you. I want to spoil this kid or whatever. And anyway, it was a great thing, and it has been ever since that day. It's been an awesome feeling. The other thing was the very first doctor's appointment. Wow. I mean, Jessica and I were really anxious to get in there, and go see the doctor to find out if the babies were healthy. We bought this little fetal Doppler, and, we wanted to hear the baby's heartbeats. It was probably like between the 10th and 12th week. I think we finally got it at the 12th week, we sat down one night after we got it and, listened to the baby's heartbeat, and it was an amazing experience. And, we didn't know when our first doctor's appointment was going to be. It ended up being on the 14th week, and we went in with high hopes that we could find out what the gender was. Everybody was like, nah, you're not going to find out till like the 20th week. But we're going to make the doctor look extra good and find out. And the nurse practitioner was she was doing her exam, and she had this funny cock look on her face. She's like, what's that? Wait, what? That's just weird. I need to get a better angle of that. So she got on her belly, did the ultrasound like on the belly, and then I was like, what is that a head and a belly? Is that two bellies? I'm just joking around because her dad was a triplet, and she's got some twins in the family on her mom's side too. So I'm like, is that two heads? Is that twins? And I just kind of looked over at Jess, and she was like this. I mean, seriously, looking like she was going to jump off that table and beat my butt for even thinking it. But 2 seconds later, we both look up at the nurse practitioner, and she's like, yeah. She's like, well, hold on a minute. Let me get somebody else in here to look at this. So, they confirmed it, and I don't know. My breath was just taken away. We both would just kind of look at the screen, look at each other, look at the screen, look at each other. And it was like, wow, is this really happening? I feel like I'm dreaming. We both felt like we were in some kind of dream, because we had joked and teased each other because, like I said, she's got family, that's got, multiples. So, wow. And then our very first appointment, we didn't just slide into a nice little even, yes, your babies are healthy, or no. Bam! First appointment, you got twins. Woo! Yeah. So, after the after the appointment, I don't even remember the appointment after too much, but it was just it was over. It was like a roller coaster ride. And then we ended up. Next thing I remember was sitting in my truck, and it's like, well, we got to call our moms. And I was sitting there thinking, wow, man, I just feel overwhelmed. I don't know what to think. I'm just wow. I think I even got to the point where I felt like I was about to pass out. To be honest with you, I was so overwhelmed with emotion. And then she calls her mom and doesn't even have her on speakerphone. And I just hear her mom in the background. Oh my God! 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 Her mom just kept repeating, "Oh my God! Oh my God!" She couldn't believe it. Her mom was just like she just hit the lottery or something. And it was just wow, man, to hear somebody else's reaction. It was awesome. It just kind of it made me happy and me excited all at the same time. you know it's just like somebody with a contagious smile or contagious laugh. You can't help but laugh and smile. And to hear somebody else's emotional response, it was contagious. And I was already overwhelmed at the moment. I think a couple of tears, maybe just a couple little small ones, rolled down. But uh, I just I remember trying to put everything in its place, and the only thing I could compare that feeling to was when I got baptized. When I accepted the Lord and just totally surrendered to Him. It was just such an overwhelming emotional reaction that I had, and I didn't understand it. And the same thing when I was sitting there in that truck, I didn't understand it. I didn't understand why I was so emotional. I didn't understand what was going on with me. But I do remember feeling really small. And just feeling like, oh wow, man, the Lord, He's sitting there. He's showing me that He's there. He's showing me that He's real. He's really putting this in my face. And this is the same way I felt when He was showing me that He loved me that time when I got baptized. And it was just an amazing thing. And that's something I can't keep quiet. I know a lot of people can't appreciate that, and but I do. It was, and I wanted to put it out there. That's how I felt. But yeah, I mean, just thinking about it, every time I think about it, it's just I get that puffy chest, and I don't think it's an ego thing, but it's just my my heart just swells up because I love these babies so much already. And Jessica and I we're gonna have some awesome, cool kids. That's all I can say. And the next amazing experience was like she said, also when we got to go to do the high def ultrasound, which anybody who has twins or is at high risk, they have to have a high risk, high definition ultrasound. So we got to invite our moms, and my mom was like all giggly, and her mom was all giggly, and we were just so ready to see the babies and get explained to what everything was that we were seeing, and it was an amazing thing too. And every time I see them on ultrasound, or every time I hear their heartbeat through our little fetal Doppler that we have at home, I get brought back to earth. I forget who I am for a second and realize that I'm about this small. That's all I got to say for now. We've got plenty to share. I just wanted to respond to what Jessica said, and